Along about midnight, the folks gathered around the fire to tell tales of ghosts and strange sightings.
My favorite ghost is the woman in white. They say that she was on her way to elope with her true love when her carriage broke a wheel on a snowy winter's night in Sleepy Hollow. She walked and walked, trying to reach town, but the snow got so deep that she couldn't go any farther until finally she fell into a snowbank, never to awake again. And now they say that when the moon is full, you can still hear her calling out for her true love or any other man who happens through her glen.
My, what a dreadful little story. What could possibly be worse than that?
Well, did I ever tell you about the Headless Horseman?
Yes, you mentioned him.
But did I ever tell you I saw him once?
No.
Yes. One night after a long, hard day's work at the Van Skelling farm, on my horse Traveler took a wrong turn at the Glen Road. Before I knew it, I was in the heart of Sleepy Hollow, which is the last place a man wants to be after dark. Well, we were so far along, I figured it wouldn't pay to go back, so I hoped for the best and went on my way. Before I knew it, I started noticing that the trees were swaying, even though the wind was calm. And then suddenly leaves started blowing up around my horse's face and bursting into flame. Then, from far behind me, I heard the sound of horses' hooves. I turned around, and coming up the road chasing us was none other than the Headless Horseman. He was huge, at least 7 feet tall, even without a head. He rode a horse that was pitch black and covered in sweat. I can see the horse's yellow eyes staring at me as they chased us. And in his hand, a pumpkin with an evil grin on its face and a sickening green light coming from the inside. You see, that's the best head the horseman could find, and he was looking to replace it with another. Well, I gave old Traveler a kick and we started heading towards the church bridge as fast as we could. But the horseman kept gaining on me. I screamed to Traveler, "Giddy up, boy!" And his feet were barely touching the ground. We were moving so fast, but still that horseman was getting closer, closer every second. I could feel his horse's breath on my backside as we raced along. Then I turned back and saw that the pumpkin was starting to grin at me. And its mouth was moving. Its pumpkin mouth was moving as if to say, "Tonight, tonight you're mine." Then raised high above his shoulder was a long, huge, sharp sword in his hand. I knew if we didn't do something soon, I was a goner. So I screamed back at him, "Come on, y'all demon! Race me to the other side of the bridge if you can." And that pumpkin started laughing. And his horse started moving even faster. Well, pretty soon he was right alongside me, and I can see the stump where his head used to be. Just then we were coming up on that bridge. I wondered if he'd take me up on my challenge to get to the other side. Closer now, almost there. And now we hit the bridge, the both of us, our horses pounding the boards as fast as they could go. The horseman raised his sword, ready to have at me, when we hit the other side, and in a flash of fire, he disappeared. You see, I knew there was no way he wouldn't take me up on my challenge of a race, and I knew the horseman had no power on the other side of the bridge.